Hello, everybody. Let me get my phone plugged in here. I don't want the battery to die. Let's see, we got Connie, Rebecca, Patricia. Hello, ladies. How are you doing today? Internet was kind of draggy, so I had to wait a few minutes. My hair's still wet, y'all. It hasn't gotten dry since it got out of the shower, so I've had to leave it down. And we got Susan. Hey, Susan. And Donna. Welcome, Donna. Welcome, ladies. And y'all, sorry. Y'all must know that last video was not supposed to go live. I mean, it was not supposed to be public yet. That was the one I was going to do tomorrow morning. And I uploaded it through the editing program that I have. And little did I know, it had it go public. So then I was undecided whether to just to put it on private until in the morning or just leave it. But I see there's like 100 people already watching it. So I said, oh, I just leave it on. Come up with something else for tomorrow. Hi, Donna. I'm great. I've rested most of the day because, I did a lot of work yesterday with the carpet and everything else. So today I was just kind of being lazy. I did get out and water a few plants. I put some compost tea on them. And done a few things, but for the most part, I pretty much rested up. And like I said, that last video, the one about the hummingbirds and fur babies, was not supposed to go public until in the morning. But I uploaded it straight from the editing program. And little did I know that it had it go public, and I didn't know it. So there was not a whole lot I could do about it. It's already there, so I'm just going to leave it. Feeling good there in Hawaii? Well, good, April. And Paula. It's another hot day today. It's 104 right now. Right now, y'all. And it's going to be up to 109 several days coming up. I am not looking forward to that. By no means. Not looking forward to no 109-degree temperatures. 104 is bad enough. You can't do anything outside except about daylight in the morning or after the sun goes down in the evening. So you just have to put up with it. Waiting for the sun? Oh, honey, I'd send you my sun. It's been up and hot all day. But I know it's early for you. And there's Ann. Hi, Ann. How are you doing? Have you been doing since your last surgery? Give us an update. $10 a.m. in Hawaii right now. Yeah, and I bet Kai is hard at work. Yeah, it's near record-breaking temperatures for this date. time of the year. It's nearly made a new record, but it's near it, but not quite. It's 100 there with 104 index. Well, honey, it's 104 here, and I don't know what the index is. Probably 110. Yeah, we got 26 watching right now. I've got, or 28, I got 6 thumbs up so far. Where? Oh, yeah. Susan wants to know where Donna's got 100 degrees. I don't know where Gladys is. She said she was going to see me this evening. I hope she didn't get her days and times mixed up, because she said she was going to see me this evening. So I don't know if she got it mixed up and she's waiting for 7 o'clock, or, you know, maybe she's fell asleep. I don't know. But she said she was going to be here. And the only thing I can think of is maybe she fell asleep, taking a nap, or maybe she got the times mixed up. Susan said she's going to check on her. Oh, you know, even though I've been laying around all day not doing nothing, I'm so tired. I just feel like I'm drained. Northeast Texas, yeah, it's hot in Northeast Texas, I tell you. Just like North Central, it is hot here. Yeah, it just popped up again. It's 104 degrees right now. So that's probably the highest it's going to get today. And it says we're going to have high winds soon. I hope not. A little breeze is okay. I don't want high winds because it may flatten my canopy top out there on top of my plants. Because, you know, I never did take it down and put up new poles or anything. It's too much to do out there in that hot sun. So I just kind of shored it up the best way I can, and I'm hoping for the best. $30 people watching. Way to go. 10 thumbs up. Yeah, I thought that would be a cute little video to put up first thing tomorrow morning. And that program went ahead and put it live already. So I know what to look out for next time when I upload it from that program that I edit my videos with. We were getting a little bit of breeze earlier, but I don't think there's any breeze at all out there right now. Yeah, she might be busy with her nurse or her boys. You never know. $12 thumbs up so far. That's doing good. Oh, April's got tropical storms coming her way. Well, we need some of that rain here to cool the temperatures off a little and put some water in the ground, but we don't need a storm. Yeah, it's easy to forget the thumbs up. There's Gladys. We were thinking you got the times mixed up. Maybe you were waiting for 7 o'clock, Gladys. You're just so ready for this hard neck brace to be off. Oh, I bet so. I had to wear a neck brace during my injury and surgery and after. But it was one of those soft collars that you Velcroed on. And I could take it off, you know, to take a shower. I just had to be careful not to move my neck a lot. But then I'd have to put it right back on. Yeah, we were afraid Gladys wasn't going to be here. And there's Jesus Save Me. Hello. Oh, it's thundering there. So you may have to leave in a few. Well, let's hope not. Jesus save me. We need some rain here, but we don't need any real bad weather with it. Oh no, high winds, which could mean brush fires. Hope not. We had a lot of rain on my side. Yeah, you've had your share of fires out there in Hawaii. You don't need any more. Oh, okay. Her husband was. So you're talking about the friends of yours, the couple that was in the car accident. Her husband was released from the hospital, but she's still struggling. Goodness. She thinks she may have moved her other leg a little yesterday. Hmm. So she's not able to really move her legs? Is that the problem, Susan? And she thinks she may have moved it a little bit yesterday? Yeah, that's terrible. I mean, that shows you can be out there minding your own business and things happen. You know? You find out Tuesday if you need another neck surgery. Okay. Well, let's hope not. Let's hope this one is it. And you'll heal and be good from now on. Oh, my goodness, Susan. That poor lady. Well, goodness, thank God that they caught the guy that's putting explosives out on the island. He must be Looney Tunes. Yeah, prayers for the friends. Prayers for Ann Watson that she doesn't need any more surgeries and that she'll heal. Yeah, April, that's scary. You got a crazy guy running around the island setting off explosives. That's what starts bad fires that burns everybody's homes down. Kills people. He must have been totally crazy to do that. Yep, that's very good news, April, that they caught him. At least he won't be out there setting off anymore anytime soon. Hopefully they don't ever turn him loose, but they may not be able to keep him but just so long. Charge him, sentence him, throw him in jail, but eventually he'll probably get out unless he's totally loony bins and they can prove it, and then they'll just put him in a psych ward and leave him there. Oh wow, they were bombed like, I think one damaged a car. Kathy's her name. That's the lady that's in the hospital. Yeah, you're not late. We're just waiting for people to get in here. We're just chit-chatting, saying hello and catching up on things. Not doing very much of anything but chit-chatting and, like I said, catching up on everything that's going on. I always like to give people time to get in before I do anything important. Or that I think's important. Yeah, prayers all around, Rebecca. I'm not doing too bad. I got 37 watching and it looks like 16 thumbs up. 41 now. Y'all hit the thumbs up. Don't forget the thumbs up button. Past 3 days we have done Tippy's IV with only one poke. I think she has figured out if she holds still, she doesn't get poked more than once. And I have been given popcorn chicken treats. Yeah, they learn fast, Susan. She's learned just to hold still, let you do it, get poked one time and get it done and get her treats. Just like little Buddy. He learned real fast. He could scratch on the door and I'd let him in to give him something to eat or treats or something. Now whenever he thinks of it, he's at the door scratching. Hi Cheryl, welcome. And thank you for the compliment. It's still wet, that's why it's down. Yeah, I'm sure you're more comfortable with what you're doing, because first couple of times I'm sure you were scared to death to even poke the dog with a needle. I would have been. Because you don't know what the dog's reaction's going to be. And if you can't hold the head and part of the body while you're doing it, the dog may bite you or try to. But I guess she's the one with no teeth, right? So it probably wouldn't have hurt if she'd have bit you. To find out how to do it alone, because when winter comes, Jess won't be able to come over to help. Yeah, I hope Connie's feeling better today. Yeah, that's what I remembered. I don't think she had teeth, so if she bit you, it probably wouldn't hurt very bad. I mean, it would just be like something clamping on you. She didn't have the teeth to actually do any damage with. But I'm sure by the time comes around that Jess won't be able to be there to help you, that you'll probably be comfortable with it enough that you'll be able to do it on your own. She tried and I got to wait for it to roll up. It's behind the heart. Yeah, you do what you got to do for your critters. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that program to even upload it, because in the past it would stop and give me the message to upload directly to YouTube, so that's what I would do. This time, since I renewed the program and they updated a lot of features in the editing program, I figured I'd try it and see if it would upload faster from that program than it would just to upload from a file. And it did upload pretty fast, but I did not intend for it to go live. You know, I didn't expect it to go public. And that program made it go public. So there's my video for in the morning, y'all. Unless I can come up with another one. Yeah, I didn't mean to have that many videos up today. That program made the decision for me. And when it went live, it was not monetized or anything. I had to go in real quick and put the monetize setting on it. I said, well, I'll know next time. Well, thank you, Gladys. Tell your nurse thank you for subbing to my channel. $22 thumbs up and 42 people watching. And there's Jana Jacob and Joanne. Hello. Yep, we all do what we can for our critters. The more the merrier. Well, the more people in chat, the merrier. But when it comes to fuzz babies, I'm limiting myself. I'm not taking care of more than 2. I'll try to keep these 2 fed, and that's it. I've already started taking their bowls in at night, if there's any food left in it. So these night visitors that come by, the stray cats and other critters, don't have anything out there to get into. So hopefully they'll start not even coming by and they'll go somewhere else. That is how I came to is my limit. Yeah. I mean, I really can't afford to feed one. All the subscribers have been helping me do that. So now I'm feeding two. And I do buy some of the cat food once in a while. Like I bought the tuna fish for them. I bought the pate for them the other day. Once in a while, I do buy a case of the canned food if I'm running low. Because I never know when the subscribers will send anything. So sometimes I went ahead and ordered a case and it would come, and then a couple of days later one of the subscribers would send a case. So far it's been keeping the two cats fed, but that's the limit. I'm not feeding any more than two. And two sides to my body to lay. In a little while we have to do some paperwork. She's on lunch now. You find cleaning peaceful to you. Also enjoy seeing cleaning videos because it's motivating. Yeah, I got a couple of messages where they said, I really wasn't up to cleaning or didn't even think about it until I watched your movie. And you kind of motivated me to get up and do something. And then I had messages asking what kind of shampooer that was. So I told him it was a Hoover. And it's one of the smaller compact models. Because some of them are great big. My old one was a lot bigger. And I like this one a lot better because it's smaller, it's compact. And I live in a small house, so I don't have much room to maneuver it around. So I'm really lucky that my son thought to get me that for Christmas last year, because I've been putting it to good use. The vacuum too, because he got me the vacuum cleaner and the carpet shampooer. My vacuum cleaner's in the closet because it's smaller. My old vacuum cleaner's the one that's in the bathroom that you saw in the video. But I like the new one that he got me better. Yeah, really, they should have food pantries for pets, but they don't. You have a shampooer, but you don't know how to use it? Oh, Paula, thank you so much for that super chat. Bless you. Paula just sent a super chat. How often do I grocery shop? Well, my anonymous giver had sent so much food so often that it filled my refrigerator up, my freezers, it filled up my cabinets and all that. So I really don't have a lot of room to put more food. But if I run out of something that I need, like coffee or sugar, staples, then I'll buy that at the store, like toilet tissue that I picked up the other day. Because, when I went shopping and I took y'all along with me, I didn't buy much of anything. I just bought stuff that I was out of that I needed, like toilet tissue. When you're out of that, you need to buy some. Because I don't have a bidet, I hear you, Gladys, and I do feel for you. Get yourself a little something. Well, thank you so much, Paula. I'll do that. Maybe I'll go by and get me a milkshake or a ice cream sundae or something. Yeah, my freezers, both of them, the one to the refrigerator and the one behind me, is crammed full. I mean, there might be room to squeeze some little bitty something in there, but it's full. And my cabinets, a couple of them, I open the door and stuff falls out at me because I've just got it stacked up in there. It's the only way I could get it in there. So I don't have any room right now to put anything unless it's something I need that I'm out of. Just like I said, butter, sugar, flour. And I got plenty of flour now. Toilet tissue was the main thing I needed from the store the other day when I did that video. And I just happened to come across those clothes hangers that had the pants clip on them. And I decided I'd try them. Yeah, we all need a little treat sometimes. And I was getting worried that maybe I had gained a lot more weight, but really I haven't. I got on the scale, and I think I pretty much weighed what I did when I went in for my last checkup. And I've got a checkup the 26th, I think it is. Let's see. Yeah, the 26th, which is a week from now, on Monday. That's just my little walk-in check-in. Oh, Elaine, there's Elaine Dickinson. Thank you so much. I got another super chat from Elaine Dickinson. Bless your heart. You ladies are so generous. Thank you. Y'all give it up for Elaine. Elaine and Paula for those super chats. And I always forget to put it on live chat, and I keep it on super, just top chat. I don't even know why they give you a choice. I really don't. I don't even own a dryer, Joanne. I do not even own a clothes dryer. My clothes dryer is like shirts like this, or my shorts, stuff like that. That's what I use the pants hangers for. I hang my shorts up, I hang my shirts up. I put them on the rod of the shower door. That's where they dry. And usually overnight they're dry. So sometimes I'll wait till late in the evening before I go to bed. I'll put on a load of clothes, like shirts and shorts, hang them up there, and they're dry the next morning. My towels, sheets, usually I hang them out on the line because I do have a clothesline. Best clothes dryer you can get. And if it's raining when I need to wash something like sheets, I hang them up in the bathroom in the shower, and they dry in there pretty quick. I mean, it's so dry and hot out here, it don't take it any time to dry in or outside of the house. Elaine says, I watch on TV, so don't chat much. Get yourself a treat. I will, thank you. Thank both of you ladies for those super chats. Bless your heart. And there's Shelley Edwards. Hello. And there's Brenda Jordan. Hi, Brenda. I'm glad you could drop in. Yeah, I couldn't even get a post down in the ground to put a line on. So I've got clotheslines strung from one tree to another tree out here. I've got 3 short clotheslines. One is run on to the tree. One is run on the other tree next to it, back to the same tree. And then I've got another tree in front of it that I've got the line tied to. And then I've got it tied to another tree over here. And it's in partial shade most of the time, so the sun don't bleach out my clothes. Which I don't mind hanging towels and sheets and white clothes in the sun. It helps whiten them. But, I don't want to put my dark clothes out in the sun. It just helps fade them out. Your neighbors hang theirs on their fence. I don't blame them. I tell you, the way it costs today to run electric clothes dryers and gas clothes dryers, I'd be drying as much as I could outside on a line somewhere. I would not be burning the electricity or the gas. Yeah, you always used to hang your clothes out. A year ago you got a dryer, now you're spoiled. Yeah, once you ever get used to using one, it kind of spoils you. You'd like to know what a super chat is. Okay, a super chat is where someone wants to give you money, and there's a place down below the live chat box, and it's got a $sign, and they click on that and they put in the amount of money they want to give, and that's how the super chat comes up. They were given, what, $9.99? The amount that is put in the super chat is up to the person doing it. They can put as much, as small amount as like $2, $1. It's up to them. But that's what a super chat is. And it goes into my account on YouTube, and it's added to my payment per month on my videos. But it shows up, how much the super chat mounts up to on a certain page on my channel. I can go in there at any time and see who gave how much and what the total amount is for that month. I mean, I don't usually get a large amount of super chats, but it's always nice to see one pop up. Always makes you feel good. I think they have to enter their account information in it. Yeah, it's automatically taken out of their account, but they do have to enter their account information so YouTube knows how to get the money. You have a clothesline in your garage. Yeah, if I had one on my patio that the whole world didn't see passing by, I'd use one on my patio. But since my house is parked the long way from the street, you see my whole front yard, you see my whole backyard. So everybody that passes on the street is looking right in my patios. They see everything. So I really don't want to hang my clothes up there. Some people may get the wrong idea, because usually when people hang clothes on a patio, that means you're having a yard sale. I'll end up with tons of people stopping thinking I'm selling clothes. It uses Apple Pay. Okay, yeah, I knew it did one of those, because I've never done a super chat myself. I've never been able to do that for other people. I mean, I may eventually bringing in money from YouTube, but before that I wasn't able to do it, so I've never used that super chat option. But yeah, it probably goes in through PayPal or what is the other one they call? Apple Pay. It does use Apple Pay. Yeah, some secure site that you don't have to worry about somebody getting your information. But I do appreciate that. Well, if you live in a house, Diane or Donna, if you've got a backyard, you should be able to find something to tie a clothesline to. I was almost tempted to nail it into the side of one of the sheds and run it to the house or run it to the other shed. But I said if I did that, I'd be running it right through my garden. Can't do that. If you look down at the bottom of the chat box, the live chat box, where you type in your chat, over to the right, you'll see a happy face. You'll see what looks like a dollar bill or a bill with a $sign in the center, and you'll see a plus sign. All you do is click on that dollar or that $sign, and it will take you into the section where you enter how much you want to put in as a super chat. I have never put my clothes that I wear other than my scrubs in the dryer. Yeah, I don't know how people can afford it. A friend of mine, she's got a large family. She's got tons of kids. And she was saying one time, their AC went out. And I told her, I said, well, you got a window right here in your living room. Raise that window, put that window fan up in it. Pull the air in from outside. The air outside is cooler than what it is inside. I said, I'll guarantee you in 10 minutes you're going to see the difference in this room. She didn't believe me, but she did it. And she says, oh my God, you're right. And she ran that fan in that window until they got the AC repaired. And then she said, I wish I could do something about my clothes dryer because it runs so much with all these kids, doing laundry all the time. It just runs my bill up because she had an electric dryer. I said, well, girl, you got a backyard. String you up a clothesline out there. Oh, I can't do that in this neighborhood. I said, why can't you? You're not such a ritzy neighborhood. You can't put a clothesline in your backyard. So the next time I went over there, she had her clothesline up. She said, you're right. Things dried faster out on the clothesline than they did in the dryer. I said, I told you. Because it's so hot and dry here. By the time I do a load of clothes, I hang them out like towels, hang them out on the line, come in, wash another load, and maybe take sheets out. My towels are dry already. I'll hang my sheets out and bring my towels in. That's how fast. And I don't have to pay the bill to run a clothes dryer all the time, all month. Yeah, you can either pull hot air out of the house during the day and keep it cooler, or at nighttime it's actually even better to bring the cold air in. It's almost like an air conditioner blowing in your room. I learned that from my dad because when I was growing up in the house we lived in North Carolina, we did not have AC. Nobody around had AC. Because, it really didn't get 100 degrees there. 90, 92 maybe. And it would get a little hot sometimes during the summer, but not unbearable. And he'd put a window fan up in the window of the living room. And it just so happened where that window was situated, it would bring cold air in and blow it all the way into the dining room and kitchen at night. During the day, they turn the fan around, have it pull the hot air out. And we lived in a cinder block house that my dad built. So with blocks, for walls, they're 8 inches thick. That's pretty good insulation. So it didn't take a whole lot to cool it or heat it. Yeah, I thought about you, Gladys. I said, well, here's another recipe for Gladys that's quick and easy, simple. I said they ought to be able to do that for you. And it's good, too. I loved it. I ate the other 2 pieces for lunch today. Got to get a cough drop in my mouth. I got a pretty bad D-head. Are you saying you got a headache or something, Patty? Conk earlier. Liz is making us fatter. Hey, think about me, Shelley. I'm the one that's cooking all this stuff, so I got to eat it. Sometimes I can't eat all of it, but I do my best. I still try to watch my weight because I can't gain any more weight. Injury. Donna said it's 85 in the living room, and that's with the window unit. Oh, goodness. Well, I've got my AC set on 79, but it's so hot outside, That unit keeps running so much, it makes it almost cold in here. Yeah, those fans really work, Jana. That summer that my AC was out at night, I would put a fan in the window, and I even built a little frame platform like thing, just wide enough to set the fan on, the box fan, so I could put it behind the couch up in the window because my screen is fastened in, you couldn't take it out. And I'd either have the air going out or having it come in at night when it was colder. And it does work. But out here in this heat, in Texas heat, when it hits 100 and above, you got to have AC. Because I spent that whole summer with no AC when my AC was out, and I didn't have the money to fix it or replace it. And I tell you, it was terrible. Until I learned the little trick of putting the ice pack on the back of my neck and laying down and going to sleep. Kept me cool. I've got a fan in my bedroom too, but right now I don't need it. My AC unit runs so much, constantly, that I'm under the blankets in there. And I've got my thermostat set on like 78, 79. But when it's 100 degrees outside, it's going to run constantly. It don't matter. So it'll keep you pretty chilly. I don't even want to see my electric bill this month. Yeah, I have that standing fan in my bedroom, but I haven't been using it. And really, the doctor told me not to have a fan blowing on me. And I found that it makes my allergies twice as bad if I have that fan blowing at night. So I don't even turn it on now. I use it like I did the other day to dry the carpet or the rug in there. Or sometimes if I shampoo the carpet in the bathroom, I'll put the fan in that doorway pointed down to help dry the carpet. I mean, it doesn't get that wet, but it helps dry it even quicker. Yeah, Betty Blue, it is hot. Hot heat is terrible. Oh, it just flipped over to 105, y'all. It is 105 degrees right now at 3:44 p.m. in north central Texas. That's exactly right. I have really bad allergies. And the least little thing in the air, it's going to blow it right in my face, so. And it stirs up the dust, yep. With your emphysema and COPD, I have to. Yeah, I can imagine, Donna. 101 where you're at, Donna. Yeah, well, I have the thermostat little thing sitting right below my chat box. So it just did flip over to 105. It was on 104. So hopefully that is the high for today is 105. But I know there's several days this week coming up that it's supposed to be 109 or higher. And we don't even have a chance of rain at all until the end of the month. I mean, I think it's like the 29th, 30th, or 31st of this month before we even have a chance of rain. That's why my garden suffers. And see, it's 94 where Shelly Edwards is. So it's a little bit easier on her garden than it is mine. My poor watermelon vines look like they're just burning up, and I've been doing my best to keep compost tea to them on the days I can't water. It's 105. Yeah, Diana, it's 105 here too. My thermometer just flipped over to 105. Yeah, I don't remember where you said you were, Donna. Where is that? Oh, well, it's 105 here. I don't know what the heat index is. Probably 110 or higher. Yeah, in North Carolina, I would have had so much easier time growing my garden than I do here. Northeast Texas. Dog days of summer. Half my yard is shady and the other half isn't. That helps too, Shelley, especially when it gets extremely hot, to have your plants in partial shade during the day. I know, Don, it won't be long before we'll be talking about the cold. I'm wearing my snowman t-shirt. You're thinking cool. Sheila McDaniel says it's 101 there. Overcast and got rain last night or early this morning. We need the rain. Oh my goodness, we desperately need some rain. And Donna lives on the border of Texas and Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana. Well, I don't mind the cold, but I like it when it's about 70, around 70 degrees. I like it when you don't have to wear a sweater, but you don't have to, it's not hot either. So I guess, yeah, maybe mine is fall too. I like spring though when everything starts budding out, even though it drives my allergies crazy. Yeah, we need the rain desperately. Thank you, Gladys. Bring it, April. Yeah, I've heard several of these ladies talking about thunderstorms coming, rain coming their way, and all this, or they already got rain. They need to send us a little bit of it over this way. Close to Texarkana. $31 thumbs up. I love Halloween and Christmas. Yeah, we usually get our first, what I could call freeze about Halloween Day. Close to Halloween, sometimes we get icy rain by then. There's Laura Stevenson's life. Okay, hello. You must be a new subscriber. What state are you in? I am in North Central Texas. The hot state. And I think sometimes I'm in the hottest part of it. Well, you know what movie I watched last night? And I've seen it before. And I had to pay like $3.99 to watch it on the internet. But I watched Red Dawn with Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey. I mean, it's just a good movie, I thought. But after I watched it, I said, I enjoyed it. And I knew I had seen it before. But I still couldn't believe I paid to watch it again. Because there's nowhere you can watch it right now that you don't pay something to watch it. You've either got to be on Netflix or somewhere like that you're already paying, or you don't get to see it. I thought so, Laura, because I don't remember seeing your name pop up before. But welcome. I'm glad you subscribed. Patty says she's having a big cup of iced coffee. That sounds good. We had super heavy rain, high winds, thunder, lightning. Several transformers got hit. We could see them get hit. Urban flooding, rivers flooding, and more to come tonight. Oh, wow. Well, be safe, Connie. Stay dry. Yeah, I always thought that Red Dawn movie was good. All of the movies I think Patrick Swayze was in are good. Like Dirty Dancing, I love that movie. But I've seen that so many times already, it's ridiculous. Betty Blue says she's sad to say it's 76 in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh. Oh, wow. I can't imagine it being 76 here right now. My plants, my garden would love it. It would make them happy. They'd be happy days, for my plants in my garden if it was 76. Laura says, Linda, you have a good memory. I can't remember what I did minutes ago. Yeah, Roadhouse is good too. I've watched that several times. And then I watched that movie that Patrick Swayze and his wife did, and I can't remember the name of it. But she was his dance partner in that movie. Well, hello, Geraldine Mullen. You're a new subscriber as well. Welcome. Yeah, I like Tom Selleck's movies. Yep, and Sam Elliott. Connie said they're staying hunkered down, popcorning movies till the lights go out. Then we just get the lantern and play Scrabble. That's all you can do, Connie. Yeah, if it was 76 here, I could get a lot of stuff done outside. But it'll have to wait. Too hot. At 105 degrees, it's too hot for me to get out there. Yep, aloha new girls. And I'm going to go ahead before it gets any later and show you the gifts. I got some really nice gifts from subscribers. Here's the first one. And it's from, let's see. First of all, she sent a little hot mat that she made, which I love. And she sent me, it's a black dish drainer, y'all. I don't know where she found black at, but I have not seen, I've seen brown, I've seen white, I've seen probably every color but black. But I know why she got the black, because most of my kitchen is trimmed in black. And then it's got the drainer underneath. And this is from Rebecca. So thank you, Rebecca. I know you're in chat. I saw your name a little while ago. But I wanted to show you something about this that I've never seen on a dish drainer before. Ooh, drop it all on the floor. But look where the drain hole is. It's in the center. And I thought, oh no, you can't put that on the counter. It's going to go down on the counter and get it wet. But it's got a spout. It's got a spout that you can turn any direction here that you need it to go for the water to drain out, you know, the end of it. So I thought that was kind of neat. I don't know if you can see it under there, right there. You can turn it either direction or straight on. So I thought that was just as neat as it could be. I've never seen one with that on it like that. So again, thank you so much, Rebecca. Let me get down there and pick up part of it I dropped. That was the little thing you hang on the drainer for your silverware. Yeah, I love this, Rebecca. Thank you so much. Is she still in chat? Was trying to. She was in here earlier. I'm hoping she's still in chat. Have y'all seen her lately, Rebecca? I guess maybe I waited too long to show it. Maybe she gave up and left. Oh, I was trying to look under there. Under this label. Yeah, it's just a label. I thought it might be another little note that she wrote, but it's just the label under there. But that is from Rebecca. I still don't see her coming up in chat. And this other one, oh, it's so heavy. Oh, I don't think I can even get it up in the chair. Oh my goodness. It's a big one, y'all. And let's see. Whew, this thing costs $55 for mail, for postage. Oh my God. 5 by 8. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do this. It's heavy, y'all. Let me see if I can maneuver the camera a little bit. Turn the camera up a tiny bit. put something under it to raise it up a tad. Well, it still don't show it, does it? Let's see if I can loosen this thing so I can adjust the camera. Huh. Now what do you see? Well, you see a big box or part of it. And like I said, it's so heavy, I probably can't take whatever's in it out anyway. I got the wrong edge. I think I do. Oh. Yeah, I'm just going to have to show you a picture of this, if I can find one. There's a picture of it. If y'all can tell. I don't know if you can tell what I'm showing you or not. It looks like it's about a... See what the measurements are. It's a galvanized raised bed with greenhouse on the top. It doesn't tell the measurements on the paperwork. It just has instructions on how to put it together. But there's the plastic top that goes over the top of it. And it's got galvanized panels down in here. They're too heavy, I can't take them out. And it's got several packages of these metal poles that you have to put it together with. So, and that's from the anonymous subscriber there, this raised bed. Oh, goodness. And they said this was for the fall garden, which is not that long off. Let me get this over here. Or lay it down. Whew. It's pretty heavy. Pretty heavy. Now I can get my camera right back up. So thank you so much, Rebecca, and thank you so much, Anonymous Giver. Both of you are so sweet and generous to send this stuff to me. And I said, since I had bought that new drainer, you know, just the drainer part, I said, I can switch them out now. I get tired of looking at one, I'll put the other one up. And I get tired of that, I'll switch and put the other one back up. I'll see which one I like the best. Well, there's Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Glad to see you in chat today. That's okay. I mean, I don't expect people to send me stuff, but I appreciate it when you do. Yeah, I'll put it to good use. I just got to figure out where I'm going to put it. I'm running out of space, y'all. Betty Blue, it's a tarp. Well, no, that's not a tarp. There's a plastic cover that goes over the greenhouse. So like if you planted something in there and you want to protect it from the weather or the cold, you close the top or you put the plastic over it. But it's not going to keep it all winter. It's just to prolong the growth, the life of a plant. It's not going to keep it through freezing cold temperatures that we get out here. I can't even keep anything alive in my greenhouse, the big one back there, in the wintertime. And there's Marcy. Hello, Marcy. Thank you, Rebecca. I'm so glad you're still here. I was afraid you'd left us. I love the dish drainer. I still don't see where you found the black one because I've not seen black ones anywhere. I've seen white and brown and the clear color. Just the drainer rack. Not the rack itself, just the drainer. And Marcy's from San Francisco. Well, hello, Marcy from San Francisco. How's the weather in your neck of the woods today? It just flipped over to 106, y'all. It's 106 right now as we speak. And I didn't think it was going to get any hotter. It's almost 10 after 4. And it just flipped over to 106 degrees. And that is not heat index. That is the actual temperature. I could have probably fried an egg outside today. Put it on a rock. Put the camera on it and leave it because I'm not going to stay out there. I saw the dish drainer, that's all. Well, the other one was a raised bed, raised garden bed, greenhouse type thing. You got the galvanized panel that you put together to make the greenhouse, the raised bed. And then it's got framework that you put together that holds the plastic cover that you actually cover it. So it's a raised bed greenhouse is what it is. And it's too heavy to hold up. I mean, it's in pieces. I've got to put it together. But I'll show you the paper that was in it. That's a picture of it right there. You got the galvanized panels at the bottom. And then you got the frame to put together. And then it's got the plastic cover that goes on it. And I really don't know what the size of it is. On the box it said 8 by 5 or something, but I don't know if that's the size of that or not. Whew. And that's going to have to wait for a cooler time to put it up. Yeah, that raised bed, it's in pieces in this big box, and it's real heavy. So I had all I could do to get it up in the chair. So I just had to show the picture of it. And, I'll do a video on it when I put it together. So y'all will see it. But that was from my anonymous giver. And the dish drainer was from Rebecca. I like winter and summer, but, when it gets hot like this, there's not a whole lot you can do outside. You just got to stay in where it's cool. But I love to see the snow in the wintertime, but we hardly ever get the snow here. And when we did, it was a week-long snowstorm. I need a dish strainer. I use a towel. LOL. Dish strainer is expensive here. Really? Oh, wow. Well, just that uh, smoked glass colored dish strainer I bought was like almost $6. Well, it probably was with tax because it was like five something, and then with tax it was probably a little over $6 just for the flat mat. 67 degrees in San Francisco. Oh my goodness. Well, honey, I would send you some of this 106 degrees heat if I could. Heck, might as well. Yeah, I'm lost too. I don't know what the heck might as well is. I missed the comment before that. 64 in Alaska. Oh, wow. Those seem like heaven right now when it's 106 degrees here. And they flashed up a heat warning. Look back, see what you posted about the weather. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know how far. 107, 107, 106, 105, 102, 101, 99 for your next many days. Well, there was a few days in there on my forecast that I brought up that it was going to be 109 degrees at least 2 days, 108 one day. So I guess it depends on what weather app you look on. It's bound to vary a few degrees depending on what app you're looking at. Yep, we're not even expecting any chance of rain till the very end of this month, which is a week away. Well, it's 106 here right now, so. Whew. And it's hot even sitting here at the table with the AC running like crazy. Yeah, you're not going to fall on ice in the summertime. Not when it's 106 degrees. Exactly, Susan. Once it gets 105 or 106, what difference does it 1 degree make or 2 degrees? Wet t-shirt contest, yeah. That'll cool you off. Did you get other raised bed? I got one raised, I got this raised bed greenhouse, and it's from an anonymous subscriber, I thought, because it doesn't say. It's the anonymous subscriber because it's got their address on it. Is there another one that I don't know about, Claire? Said, did you get the other raised bed? I don't know anything about another one. I got one back the beginning of the summer from that anonymous giver, and it's already in the yard. That's what I got my turnips planted in. But other than that, I don't know anything about another raised bed. You're missing all the chat. I know, I missed a lot of it, showing, the dish drainer and the raised bed greenhouse. Yeah, it just came. It came yesterday, the same time the dish drainer came. That I just showed. I showed. This one just came. Because the first one I got at the beginning of the summer doesn't have a cover for it. This has a frame that you got to put together for the top. And then it's got a plastic cover that fits over it. to turn it into a raised bed greenhouse. Yeah, I got a new one, Claire. Patty C, did you get the card I sent? Did you just send a card? I don't remember getting any cards. Not lately. When was it sent, Patty? Maybe it hasn't had time to get here yet. $1,000 for what, y'all? April saying, Monday. I don't know. I haven't gotten any cards this week. Maybe it just not has gotten here yet. I don't know. I have, well, it's almost free towing. I mean, I have to pay the towing up front, but then I send the bill to my insurance company, and they reimburse so much toward the price of the towing. And if I break down, they will reimburse me the price of so much of the hotel or motel bill if I have to stay in a motel because my car's broke down, that type of thing. Because I've got two insurances on my car. One is the extended warranty, which has a towing reimbursement on it for like $40 or $50. And then the insurance on my car also will reimburse you, I think, $40 for towing. So when I had the battery go dead in my car and I had to call that wrecker out here, he didn't tow the car, but it cost me $100 that I had to pay up front. Well, I ended up, it only costed me $10 of that because one insurance reimbursed me $50, the other insurance reimbursed me $40. So I ended up actually only paying $10. Yeah, that comes in good, like if I'm driving from here to North Carolina and I break down, at least I've got some kind of coverage. As long as I can pay for the bill up front, they will reimburse me the major part of it. I know. It used to take mail when my granddaughter lived in Joshua, I think it was. I'd send her a package or like a birthday card. It took 2 or 3 weeks for her to get it. And it only takes me an hour to drive over there, less than an hour. And now where she lives, she gets it really fast. And it's actually a little further, I think, but it's in the opposite direction. So it's closer to Fort Worth, so I guess that makes a difference. Yeah, I can mail something now to send to her, and she gets it in just a couple of days. Snail mail, yeah. It just depends on where you're at, according to where the post office is and how their mail route is. Because the mail here, for some reason, goes all the way to Fort Worth. And then if it's mailed to Granbury, it has to come all the way back to Granbury. That's crazy to my way of thinking. It needs to just stay in this post office, let them load it up in this post office, and go deliver it. But no, it goes all the way to Fort Worth and then all the way back. Which I think is inexcusable expense to take it that far out of the way. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me, but I guess it does to the post office. But then if we could get it all figured out, how they got stuff the way it is run, I mean, it might run a little smoothly, I don't know, or it may be worse. Oh no, mail coming to Florida always gets lost in some city in Georgia, and I forgot the city. That sounds about like the mail, though. It really does. Happy Mother's Day about 2 months late. Susan, better late than never. Better late than never, I always say. I mailed a card to Jess and she didn't get it and I didn't get it. And finally it came back to me saying the address was wrong and she was with me at the time. So I handed it to her and said, well, that happened to one of my birthday cards not birthday cards, but Christmas cards this past Christmas. I mailed my sister-in-law, who still lives in New York. You know, that's my brother's wife that he just moved to Arizona. They're separated, but they're still married. And I sent her a Christmas card. Well, stupid me, I forgot to put the apartment number on it. So it was about a month or so later, the card comes back. Insufficient address. Now, the address to the building was correct. Why they couldn't have found the apartment is beyond me. Maybe there was too many apartments there. I don't know. Because it was like a high-rise building. So I guess they figured there was too many apartments to try to figure out where that one tenant lived. But, you know, they could have figured that out from the manager, the building manager's office that should have been in the building. But I guess they don't do that. They don't take time to do that. They just send it back and say the address is wrong. So I felt like an idiot because I thought I'd sent her a Christmas card. Over a month later, I get it back. Insufficient address. You have to send it 2 months in advance. Oh, wow. You usually get a few Christmas cards in February. Yeah, I guess well, you seem to get packages that I sent relatively quick. But I guess they're overburdened with mail during Christmas, so that makes a difference and it slows things down a bit. Geraldine says, I'm sending you a card. I hope you get it. Me too. I hope I get it as well. I'm always wrong address and put it back. Our last names are similar. Make up stuff like me and Gladys do, Sheila. Guess I got yours fine, but some Christmas time it's slower. Yeah, like I said, probably at Christmas time they're so overflowing with Christmas cards and packages, it slows things down. You know, I did know it and I forgot. Usually it's around I don't know, around November, sometime the 1st of November. Let me look it up because I forgot. If I can get this thing to cooperate. You always send your Christmas cards out on the first day of September. I guess coming all the way from Alaska, you pretty much have to do that. Yeah, I replanted my 2 squash plants out there, but they were out in the sun and and they looked beautiful there for the longest time. And now since it's hit above 100 for several days, the poor plants have just fell over. They're dead. They're gone. I've got one, the patty pan squash, but it's under the shade cloth. And it's growing good, so I'm hoping it makes it. I wish I had room to put up shade cloth to everything, but I can't, so. The National Weather Service says the average first freeze date for DFW is November 22nd, and the average last freeze date is March 12th. Yeah, because usually the earliest we usually get a freeze is sometimes Halloween Day, which is the 31st of October. Sometimes it's that first week in November before we get it. So they're saying November 22nd, which, wow, that's almost Thanksgiving. And I guess, too, it depends on what area of Texas you're in. That's around the DFW airport area. That's Fort Worth and Dallas, which is 30 miles away, 35 miles away. The average last freeze date is, well, Panhandles, the first freeze often occurs in mid-October, and the last freeze usually occurs in mid-April. So it depends on what area you live in. Let me bring up actually for Granbury and see what they say. No, I don't want eBay. Enter your zip code. Well, it's telling me everything except what I want to know. It's got planting dates for fall. Start your seeds September 14th through 19th of September. frost hardy plants. Oh, it's bringing up stuff I don't even want to look at. I wanted to know the frost dates, not planting dates. I know I have a terrible sleeping arrangement the way I am, because I never know when I'm not going to sleep. And it's the pits when you're not sleeping. Yeah, this is not telling me anything that I want to know. I don't want to know what days to plant stuff on. I want to know what the frost date is. Well, they say cover your plants below 40 degrees. It don't do no good to cover them here, because if it freezes, it usually freezes hard enough here. It don't matter if they're covered or not. They're going to freeze and they'll die. Every bit of my aloe vera did that was in that greenhouse last year. All of my tree collards died but one piece that I've got living out there now. So I will be bringing in the main aloe vera plant this year in the house like I've always done. I at least save the mother plant, and it always produces 6 or 7 new offspring, so I can transplant them in spring. I don't know what I'm going to do with the other ones out here. I got 7 that came from the original plant that I transplanted in the beginning of the summer, and they're growing good. And I've got them all in each separate pot, but I don't know what I'm going to do with them when it freezes, because there's nowhere I can put them that they're going to survive. And I don't have room in the house. I can't bring all those plants inside. I just don't have anywhere to put them. April says, I'm very proud of myself for quilting. Well, I am too, April. And I've missed most of the chat here lately. Yeah, Gladys needs to take up crocheting and stuff. Learn how to make different things with crocheting yarn and all. She gets hooked on that, she won't have time for much of anything else. Okay, Gladys, we'll see you later. Have a good night if you don't get back into chat before we wind it up. I don't know. You should be able to propagate a persimmon tree, I would think. But I'm not sure about how to go about it, because I've never had a persimmon tree. Yeah, I could do something like that, I guess. That's better than letting them die. We'll see. Donna says, I have one. Yeah, I've had that main aloe vera plant for many years. I bought it at Walmart when it was about that tall in a little bitty cup. It cost me, I think, $5.89, something like that. I brought it home, put it in a bigger pot, and it started growing, and by the end of the summer it had little baby shoots out on it. And by the next year, the next summer, I kept it in the house over the winter. By the next spring, I was able to pull the little pup plants out and transplant them and start new plants. And I've done it every spring with this aloe vera plant. And you know, I did it the beginning of the summer, if you saw the video that I did it in. And I got 7 aloe vera plants, new ones started from it. And now the main plant has got 4 or 5 new pups growing up from the bottom. But all the rest of them will do that as well. If you keep them for a year or so, they'll start putting up more plants from the bottom, the root, and you'll be able to divide them up and start new plants from it. Sheila Edwards says, I really do love my moonflowers. Yeah, I love mine too, but it's getting too hot on mine. Plus the fact that the morning glory's taken over the moonflowers, which I hate that because I did not plant morning glory out there. I guess a bird dropped the seed or something, because my poor moonflowers is covered in morning glory, and I've tried to keep it pulled off, but it's impossible. I think everywhere you try to pull it out, it splits and puts out 2 more vines where you broke off one. So it's better just to leave it, I guess. Well, Claire, I guess you're leaving us, so you have a good night, good day tomorrow. Have a blessed week. Yeah, enjoy the movie that you're going to watch. Jeopardy is on now. I haven't watched Jeopardy in a long time. I may do that before we get a freeze this year. And there's Louisiana Homestead. Hello. Welcome to our live chat. And there's Debbie. Good afternoon, Debbie. Welcome to my channel. New subscriber. You missed me showing the gifts that I got. I got a raised bed greenhouse, covered greenhouse, and a black dish drainer with the tray underneath. The dish drainer came from Rebecca, and the raised garden bed greenhouse came from the anonymous giver that sent it. Yeah, I've got lilies out in my rock garden, but they've not done a whole lot this year because it's been too hot on them. And I can't keep them watered properly. I've been able to keep them just about watered enough to keep them alive, and that's it. You have a pure white lily. Well, mine are either yellow or kind of a burgundy color. I've got all different colors. I probably have white. I don't know. Louisiana Homestead says it's very dry there too. I know, it's just, especially here in Texas, it's just now dropped back to 105, but it hit 106 a little while ago. Well, the wind knocked most of mine over, and I've got two big, tall, 12-foot tall stalks that are laying over on my rose bush. And I hate to cut it because it was still blooming sunflowers, but I need to pretty soon cut both of those stalks and get it off of the rose bush. And Ann says she's not sleeping right now at all. Are you taking anything to help you sleep, Ann? Yep, ground is hard as a rock out here. Yeah, I know sunflower seeds are healthy, but the birds get them before I do. So if I don't take some tulle and cover the flower before it dries, the birds will strip every one of the seeds out of that flower. I don't get any seeds if I don't cover them. He sent me a picture of it. Well, I got a picture of the moonflower that you sent. Did you send it by messenger or email? Wrong one. Yeah, Connie's been having a bad time, and I'm so sorry about it. No, I haven't had time, Cindy. I caught one or two of her little shorts that she posted, lately, but I haven't been on her channel live yet. Why, is there something going on with Rita? You missed it, okay. Wow, sounds like castor oil is pretty good stuff. Rebecca said she no longer mail cards, she texts or email. Yeah, I don't think there is anything going on. I just haven't had time to get in one of her lives when she's had it going. I guess when I've got free time, she's not live, and if she's live, I'm busy with my own videos and stuff. But I do catch as many of her lives as I can. Oh wow, that's a pretty lily. Look at Sheila's lily. Isn't that pretty? Pretty flower. Yeah, I can't remember if I've got any all white lilies. I know I've got yellow ones and I've got all different colors. But I don't remember if I've got white or not. I may not have a white one. I'll have to get me some white ones. I've got castor oil. I don't remember now what I bought it for. I usually send out around 50 Christmas cards, and unfortunately I don't get that many back. I think people don't like the postage. Yeah, postage has a lot to do with it, Cindy. I mean, postage, just like everything else, keeps going up and up and up. Oh, that sounds good, April. Steamed broccoli and cottage cheese for lunch. See, now if I ate like Cindy, I might could stay as slim as Cindy is right now. I mean, April. Yeah, if I ate like April, I could probably stay slim and lose some weight. But when you're cooking all this stuff for the videos, you got to eat some of it. And there's Brenda Brown from Lancaster, California. Welcome to our live chat, Brenda. You've got to be one of our new or fairly new subscribers. I had lemon blueberry pancakes for breakfast. I had those for the last 2 mornings. Well, would castor oil help with puffy eyes? If it would, I'd be putting some on there because I'm tired of these puffy eyes. They make me look terrible. I know 75 cents to mail a letter. And then if you're not careful, they'll weigh it and charge you a few pennies more. April says, I got hungry watching you eat that pizza. I wanted y'all to get hungry. I wanted you to fix a pizza like that. It's good. It really is. I just needed to cook mine about 5 minutes longer. I mean, it was cooked enough because part of the edges of the crust was real crunchy. But if I'd have cooked it about 5 more minutes, the whole bottom would have been probably crunchy too. Well, I'm going to have to try it because I've got a bottle up in the cabinet. I'll be getting some and rubbing it on my eyes and see what happens. Yeah, it's too expensive to mail out many Christmas cards now. My last cooking video. Didn't I post it this morning? I don't know. Yeah, it's one that I posted this morning. It's got 834 views on it already. 83 thumbs up, 34 comments. So people like that video. You need to watch it. So Sheila McDaniel, you'll have to watch the pizza video from this morning. I know it's just I'm old school. It doesn't matter. Does castor oil smell? I don't remember. I don't think it has too much of an odor to it. Yeah, y'all, I didn't mean for that hummingbird hummingbird and fur babies video to go public yet, but I uploaded it from my video editing program and it put it public for me. And I like to died when I saw that it did, because that was what I was going to put up tomorrow morning. But oh well. And there's Wilson. Hello, Wilson. Grapeseed oil. Yeah, and I'm not allergic to grapeseed oil. I'm allergic to coconut oil, I found out, because I broke out with hives from using that. Grapeseed oil, I'm going to have to get me some, because I got brown spots everywhere from being in the sun so much over the years. I can't use coconut oil, though. I'm allergic to it. I broke out in hives from using coconut oil. First time I've ever had hives in my life. I used coconut oil. It was a base to a medicine that I was using to rub on my skin. And after using it for 3 days, I broke out from head to toe in hives. And I called the drugstore and told them because it's on the weekend. And they said, oh, it's hives. You're allergic to coconut oil. I said, oh, well. I found out the hard way. I was allergic to coconut oil. It's a vitamin C. Your seeds are doing good, Wilson. Have they sprouted? They have. That's quick for pepper seeds. Oh no, you're allergic to sulfur. That's Hive City. And I always used to love to buy a fresh coconut and crack it open and eat coconut out of it. But I guess I didn't consume that much of the coconut at a time for it to give me an allergic reaction. But after I rubbed that cream that had a base of coconut oil, 3 days of putting it on my skin, the way they said I was supposed to do, I broke out in hives. So it took 3 days for enough of it to build up in my body to cause a reaction. And that's the way a lot of the stuff that I'm allergic to works. I've got to be in contact with it for several days, and then all of a sudden I'm hit with the allergic reaction to it. Just like coming to Texas. I was here for half a week, 2 or 3 days, and then all of a sudden I started getting sick. The first couple of days I was fine, but it was that third or fourth day that I started getting sick, and I fought allergies ever since. Oh no, Cindy. When your volcano blew up, you broke out in hives for a month and didn't know what the hell was going on. I couldn't imagine. How did you find out that it was the sulfur from the volcano that was causing your hives, Cindy? Did you go to the doctor and he told you or something? Yeah, I can use grapeseed oil, but I cannot use the coconut oil. Well, I'm allergic to the dander that builds up on their skin, on their fur. And that's why I don't want these cats in the house. Because they were already, well, little Buddy was already a year or two old before he started hanging around here. So I wasn't about to try to give him a bath. Because the cat I used to have that I kept in the house, that cat got a bath at least once a month. And I started bathing it when it was only 5 weeks old. So it was used to being bathed. You know, and he'd let me bathe him. He didn't like it, but he'd let me do it. Because he loved being wrapped up in a towel later and cuddled up. But these two that are here now, I wouldn't dare try to bathe either one of them. Because they've never been bathed. And I don't know what their reaction to it would be. They'd tear me apart probably with their claws. So, no, they're outside cats. Buddy comes in once in a while, but he does not stay in the house. I'll let him in once in a while to give him treats, or he'll come in and lay in the floor where it's cool and cool off. Then he's ready to go back outside. Or in the wintertime, if it's extremely cold outside, I'll let him in. But he always wants to go back out. Vitamin E, yeah, I take vitamin E. I take a whole handful of vitamins every night. I take a multivitamin. I take vitamin C, calcium, B12. I don't even know what all I do take, y'all. Yeah, but that dander is on their actual skin. And basically, the only way to get that dander off is to bathe them good. And I'm not about to bathe Little Buddy or Lucky. I'm not even going to try. Fix some sloppy joes. My daughter-in-law is a doctor who gives Botox, but I'm not doing it. Well, there's some dogs you can get for people that have allergies to dogs, that they don't put off dander, they don't shed. My employer's daughter had one, and I can't remember the name of the dog, but it was a real hairy, fuzzy dog, little bitty dog. And I remember it would run across the floor and just drop, spread all four legs out, and he looked like a rag mop plopped on the floor is what he looked like. But he did not have dander, he did not shed, and they said it was the kind of dog that people with allergies would get, because you don't have an allergy to that dog. But it's an expensive breed, though. I know that. Put hot peppers in the sloppy joes. I don't think so. April says I'm allergic to work. Yeah, I'm getting that way with this heat outside. I'm getting very allergic to working out there. You get Botox for migraines. Huh. I didn't know you got Botox for migraines, but if it works, hey, more power to you. I had a Lasso-Opso hypoallergenic. Yorkies are good for people with allergies. Your Schnauzer doesn't shed. Well, that's the only kind of dog I would get to put in my house if I had one. It would be a small one that does not shed and doesn't have dander to build up all over itself, so it would not make me sick from allergies. Well, you're lucky, Sheila McDaniel. If you don't have allergies to anything, you are so lucky. Why would the insurance stop paying for Botox for her migraines if it helped? These insurance companies are the pits sometimes, I'll tell you. Catherine says, I just cleaned my house. Yet another magical mystery tour. If you're like me, you're always finding stuff that you don't know you got or you forgot you had when you clean. And you figure, well, how did that get there? Well, I think one reason the doctors won't put me on shots is because I'm at my age and they've never put me on regular shots. And they may think that the insurance company won't pay for it. They might think Medicare will not pay for it. I don't know. Or maybe they just don't want to put me on the shots regularly because it can cause problems. It can cause liver damage, all kind of stuff. I know our choir instructor years ago, he had been on his allergy shots so long that he had to have a liver transplant. And he was lucky enough to get a liver from a young guy that had a motorcycle accident. And he left his organs, donated his organs before he died. I mean, it was really sad for the guy that had the accident, but That was a stroke of luck for the choir instructor. He got a liver, and he did real good later, but he's always got to take medication and stuff for that the rest of his life, which is very expensive. Joanne, try activating your vagus nerve for your migraines. I wouldn't even know what nerve that is. 3 years insurance to pay for Botox, indeed. Oh, wow. I know. They give you crap that you don't need and they'll pay for it, but yet if you really need something, they don't want to give it to you. Okay, Shelley Edwards, you have a nice evening. Have a good week. Have a good day tomorrow. We'll see you on the next one. Happy gardening. It's in your neck. Vagus nerve runs all through our bodies, even our stomach. And Donna says she has damage to hers. Oh, nosy. Magical mystery tour. The crime here is awful. Oh, no. I know. I've got so I don't even want to listen to the news. There's so much crime and killing and drive-by shootings and so much stuff going on. You don't even want to hear about it anymore. Oh, wow. Ear piercing helped your daughter's migraines. Well, they claim they can pierce in certain parts of your ear that hits nerves or something that helps migraine headaches, might help you to lose weight, all kind of stuff. They need to put one in my ear in the spot to help me lose weight. Yeah, I don't know where the spot would be. I've got 3 piercings in each ear, and I don't know where the spot is for the weight loss. I haven't found it yet. I know a girl that has that for migraines and she loves it. Well, that's good. Yeah, I don't know if you can go to a doctor where they can pierce your ears for weight loss, but I've heard there is a certain part of your ear that you can pierce and it helps with your weight loss. I don't know if it affects your appetite or what it is. I need that. All these vitamins I take, I could eat a cow. I mean... I would look like Swiss cheese to find the weight loss. Pretty much covers your face, neck, and organs. Meant to say heat of the night. The keyboard is nuts. Yeah, the keyboard kind of takes over sometimes, doesn't it? Okay, Patty C., you have a great night. Have a good week. Have a blessed day tomorrow. And we'll see you on the next one. She looked funny walking around looking like Swiss cheese, wouldn't she, from all the piercings? Trying to find that weight loss spot. Singing and humming activates vagus nerve. Well, that's good to know. Maybe that's why I feel so good when I'm singing. Even though I sound terrible now with all these allergies. And back when I was singing in the choir for 20 years, I sang every Sunday, every Wednesday night in choir practice. But I took so much allergy medicine, it was unreal. I was taking Zyrtec, I was taking Benadryl all at the same time. Everything I could possibly take to be able to sing. And I just got to the place where I was afraid to keep taking so much because I know all that stuff is not good for your liver. No, it's been too hot to go fishing, Wilson, but I want to go. I may go one morning real early. We'll see. Allergy meds cause cancer. They cause a lot of stuff, I'm sure. None of it is good for your liver, but if you take vitamin C every day, it helps. But nothing is foolproof. Yep, it's all about the money. Go when the sun goes down. Oh, go when the sun goes down. Yeah, it's a good time in the evening to fish. You'd be shocked to know all that you take. Yeah, everything today causes cancer. The water you drink causes cancer. The air you breathe causes cancer. Can't win for losing nowadays, I'll tell you. There's so much out there against you. Will someone tell me what they are shooting those cows and chickens up with? The meat tastes terrible and the pan still has a weird odor of meat even when you soak the pan well. I have no idea, Catherine. I haven't noticed that. Yeah, it can. The one good thing that it's helped me with, the fat around my heart, I guess has closed up the heart murmur. So my heart murmur doesn't bother me as much because it's stuffed with fat. So it's closed the hole up. If I lose tons of weight, then the hole's going to open up. But I don't want to gain any more than I already have. I've gained too much now. I don't want to gain any more. Cirrhosis. Well, I buy like chicken and stuff from Walmart most of the time. Most of the time I buy a lot of the beef at Brookshire's. I buy ground beef at Walmart. I have no problem with that. Maybe where you live, it comes from a different area than where our meat comes from here. I don't know. Lost your aunt this morning due to COVID. Oh no. Sorry, Wilson. So sorry that you lost your aunt this morning. Yeah, I've not had a problem with the meat I buy at Walmart. So maybe it's where you live, the area where your particular Walmart gets their meat from. Deal with stress, Joanne. The way I dealt with my stress was I started gardening and started videoing. So I've got so much time put in my videos and my gardening, my housework, my yard work. I don't have time to be stressed out. And when you're out in the garden working in your garden and messing with your plants, you forget about worrying about stuff. It just goes away. It's been a lifesaver for me. That's the reason I said Gladys needs to take up crocheting and stuff. I mean, since she's confined to the bed, that would be a perfect hobby for her. painting pictures, even if it was by numbers. You know, she could do a great job, get them framed, hang them up, and it would be a time saver for her. It would be a stress reliever for her, and I think she'd feel 100 times better. Yeah, it's crazy. I know a lot of people here, especially some of these Mexican people, will not eat anything that comes from Mexico because they said of the insecticides they put on them and some kind of growth hormone they put in them that to make the plants grow better and produce bigger fruit and that looks better, and they won't touch it. When I worked at Brahms in the produce department, I had Mexican ladies coming in all the time saying, "Where does the fruit come from?" I looked on the package, I couldn't see. And I said, "I don't know." And they said, she was trying to find out if it came from Mexico. Because she said, if it came from Mexico, I don't want it. She said, I don't want it because of what they spray their stuff with there in Mexico. Well, I've got my 2 banana trees still alive, but I don't know if they're going to make it through the winter. I'm surprised they're still alive growing in this heat. But I don't have them in the ground, and I wish I'd have put them in the ground. Because I don't have anywhere to put them to keep them from freezing this winter. Okay, Cindy, you have a great evening, great day tomorrow, great week. We'll see you on the next one. Watch the video above. You saw 2 sunsets once. I've never seen that. And April's been getting a lot of papayas off her trees. And you had other witnesses that saw it too. Wow. You emailed me a link. A lot of UFO sightings. And Jesus Amy comes back again and says, never buy meat at Walmart. I buy it there all the time. I don't have a problem with it. I don't know.
Summer free gift. Grab this viral ice chilled fruit tray for free on Camo.
I just opened the link that she sent me. Oh, it's on the meat and stuff. Never buy ground beef at Walmart, and here's why. I'll watch it later. But like I said, usually I buy my steaks and stuff at Brookshire's because I keep watching, and when they send out their sale circular every week, sometimes they have buy one, get one free. And when they have sirloin steaks or T-bone steaks or something to that effect on sale where you buy one, get one for a penny, that's when I usually buy my steaks. Because that's the only time I can afford to buy them. And then I stick them in the freezer if I got room. The last time they had them on sale, I didn't have anywhere to put them, so I couldn't buy any. And I wasn't going to buy two and have to eat them both, so. Yeah, I've got some salmon. I need to cook me some salmon because used to I'd eat salmon at least once a week. If I couldn't get the fresh salmon, if it wasn't reasonably priced, I'd buy the frozen fillets of salmon, which are a lot cheaper, and I'd at least cook those and eat them for one meal a week. I haven't had salmon in a while now, so I need to dig some out of the freezer and cook me some. Oh, wow, Susan, that's awesome. 2 suns and 2 moons at one time. Yeah, I mean, I've not had any problem buying meat at Walmart. Fry up some pork skins and salt pork. I mean, when you go in there and one steak is $15, I mean, I just can't buy it, you know? But if they got buy one, get one free, at least I feel like I'm saving a little bit. I'm getting 2 for the price of 1, so then it's not quite as bad. So I will splurge and maybe buy 2, come home and cook one and stick one in the freezer. They do sirloins that way. They do T-bones, ribeye steaks. They do sometimes the little pork loins. They have them like that. Buy one, get one for a penny. And usually I'll pick up 2 of them because they're reasonably priced anyway. Yeah, I live too far away from my son to get many eggs. He's got chickens, and it keeps them in chickens in cooler temperatures. But when it's hot like this, they said they quit laying. Cooler days they'll lay, they'll lay, but on these real hot days they quit laying. And I live too far away to just pick up eggs every week from them. It costs me so much more in gas than the eggs would cost, so. If they have them when I go over there, I might bring a dozen or 2 home with me, but other than that, I don't get them, so. And I've thought about getting chickens of my own, but I thought to myself, my gosh, I've run out of space with my garden now. Where am I going to put chickens? Yeah, they do the pork tenderloins. They do chicken that way. They do all kinds of the meat products that way at different times. They may have the steak, buy one, get one free this time. The next time they have that type of sale, they may run chicken. They may run pork chops. They'll switch around and do some different meat product each time. But they don't have the buy one, get one for a penny sale, but maybe once a month. But I love it when they do, because that's usually when I buy my meat. But like I said, sometimes if I'm in Walmart, I'll buy the bag chicken, like the leg quarters. I'll buy a whole bag of those for like $5 or $6. Come home and divide it up and put it in individual packages. Because I like the dark meat just as well as the breast. I mean, sometimes the white meat comes out too dry. They had the Campbell's chunky soups for $1.49. I just ate me a can of ravioli before I went live. I got hungry, and I said I can't wait till after dinner time to eat. My stomach's going to be growling. So I opened a can of ravioli and I ate it before I went live today. That's me, Rebecca. Usually it's mainly seafood or ground beef. Because, you know, over the years I've not been able to afford the more expensive cuts of meat. Unless, like I said, I can find them on sale. Buy one, get one free. And then I don't mind turning loose of the $15 to get two versus one. Susan had leftover Chinese food. Oh, Chinese food sounds real good. I've not had Chinese food in a while. Eat some potted. I don't have potted meat. I do have bacon spam. I think I do anyway. Yeah. I bought me a can of this when I was in the store several weeks ago, and I haven't opened it yet. But I like spam anyway, and I love bacon, so I said, well, bacon spam ought to be pretty good. I don't know what the calories are on it. Hundred 180 calories per serving. And there's 6 servings in this can. So if you sat down and ate that whole can, you'd be eating quite a few calories. Which I've never done. I mean, usually I open it and I might fry a couple of slices of it for breakfast with some eggs. Or I might slice off a couple of slices and make a sandwich. Yeah, that one can would last me a week. I fried some with gravy and mashed potatoes, and it was good. I bet it was. Probably like eating ham. Ham with gravy and mashed potatoes. No canned meat. That stuff is nasty and loaded with salt. Yeah, I know spam is loaded with salt. That's one thing that makes it so good. It's funny you should ask me that, Donna, because I did a video not long ago on a grilled cheese. I made a grilled cheese with pimento cheese and I put bacon on it. So I have a video out there on that already, and it is really good. That's what I try to do. I try to fix everything at home. The last time I went out and ate anything, y'all saw it in the video, so it's been a while. Great price. Get some Campbell's Chunky Soup. Wait a minute. It floated by. Get some Chunky Soup for less than $3 a can, and ravioli for less than $2 a can. Hey, y'all, I lived on that stuff. I lived on every bit of that kind of stuff raising my kids because I didn't have the money for food. I didn't have the money to buy groceries. I had to go in the stores, buy one, get one free, buy the cheaper brands of everything, and do the best I could with preparing a meal for my kids. So we ate a lot of beans, we ate a lot of beef stews, a lot of soups, chicken and rice, chicken and dumplings. And back then you could get the whole chicken a little cheaper than the cut-up chicken, and that's what I bought. Yeah, I was lucky if I got a pound of ground beef a week. And usually if I got some, it went in a big old pot of pinto beans, because my kids love chili beans, and that's what we ate. Come up and fix my computer, and I'll take you to all my favorite places. I wish I could, Susan. If you were close enough, I would do that. I just had to work on mine. I spent most of the day, what, I don't even know what day it was. I spent most of the day working on my computer. I couldn't get it to do anything. It was freezing up. And finally, I got it all straightened out. I thought it was the Windows not working correctly because, they told us that eventually Windows 10 would not work because they're not supporting it anymore. You'd have to have Windows 11 to get it work correctly or to run your programs. And everything I had was messing up. And I spent most of the day, but I finally got it all straightened out. It's working fine now. I had to delete out some programs and reinstall them. And it took me a long time to do it, but I stuck with it and I got it working. That's the one good thing my college education came in good for. I don't have to take my computer in to get anybody to fix it. I can get it straightened out myself, unless a part's gone bad. Now, if a part breaks down and I need to replace parts, then I don't know about that. But the other parts of it, I can pretty well take care of myself. It makes a horrible sound when it's booting up. How old is your computer, Susan? Yeah, a lot of these Asian people have fermented food all the time. That's what sauerkraut is. It's basically a fermented food. Because your gut needs a little bit of bacteria to work properly. If you kill all the bacteria in your stomach, that's when you got problems. Yeah, but see, my computer will only update so far. Anything from Windows 11 will not come in on my computer because my computer is not capable of running Windows 11. And I was afraid Windows 10 had run its course. I thought to myself, oh no, don't tell me I'm going to have to get a new computer that runs Windows 11, but I don't have to yet. Because I've got a 64 gig hard drive and I got a 4 gig random access memory on mine. So I've got plenty of memory to run programs. It just will not run anything past Windows 10. Yeah, it could be her fan that keeps the motor cooled off. I mean, the grate on the side of my laptop here is all broken away. Where it lets the air go into the fan. Because it dried out from the heat. And I touched it one day and parts of it just started falling off. I thought to myself, oh my God, I got to be careful not to stick my fingers up in there. But these laptops are made out of plastic. And this dry heat out here, it destroys plastic. I mean, it dries it out so bad it makes it brittle. And those little grates where that fan would, get air, they just crumbled like a potato chip. Yeah, sauerkraut is good. I made some in a video, and I do eat sauerkraut once in a while on a hot dog, or a sausage dog as I call them. Mine is a touchscreen all-in-one from when it was new. Yeah, I don't have a touchscreen on my laptop yet. Mine is not that advanced. My laptop is probably 6 or 7 years old or older. I don't know. I'd have to look at the box that's got the date on it to see when it was bought. But it's I've had it quite a few years. So it's been a good one. Well, I've got a desktop in there and I've kept it in fantastic shape. It still works, but it's not capable of running all these updated programs. And if you try to get on the internet with it, it cuts down the program, some features you can't use, and then it's so slow you can't use it. So I don't even try anymore. And I need to get it out of the bedroom. Add it to my other collection of computers out in the shed. What's the rules on your trivia games? There really isn't any rules. It's just the first one that pops up with the answer in live chat gets the point. Yep, your stomach needs probiotics. Yeah, I don't have Windows 11 yet. I'm just going to keep using this computer as long as I can. And when it, I can't do much with it anymore, what I need it to do, then I'll just have to give in and get a new one with Windows 11 on it. And by the time I do that, Windows 12 will probably be out. I wish they'd quit upgrading, and making your computers useless to you. Yeah, well, I've got firewalls and everything else on this computer, so I'm not worried about viruses. And Windows 10 has its own firewall, so yeah, I mean that they don't make computers like they were before. Now most of them don't have a disk drive. You can't put a CD disc in them or DVD. You can only use like a thumbnail. And I don't like that because I've got a lot of DVDs and I've got a lot of CDs that I've got information on. If I end up with a computer that I can't use those on, they're lost. Unless I copy them all over to thumbnails, and then by the time I do that, they'll do away with thumbnails and come up with something else. Oh, I love my laptop because I can take it anywhere in the house. I can take it with me when I go on vacation. That time I spent so much time in the airport, I didn't mind because I was sitting there watching movies on my laptop. And I caught one guy standing directly behind me, and he was watching the screen too. He was watching the movie with me. I ordered them online. Connie sent one, I think, or two. I don't remember. I know I ordered some online. Connie sent me some. So I've got 3 different games of trivia over here. And that's what we've been using. I switch around and use a different one or a different year. That'd be a fur piece to come from Washington. And it takes so long to figure out stuff on the computers. And that's why a lot of people didn't study computers, because they didn't have the patience just to sit there and stick with it till you got it figured out. And I've always been a glutton for punishment, so I can sit there, and it's almost like a quest for me. It's almost like a challenge, I guess you could say, to sit there and work on it and get it figured out. I mean, I've been up all night some nights working on my computer because something went wrong with it, and I was trying to figure out how to get it working right. And I've went through nights, all night long, sitting up at my computer trying to figure out what was wrong with it, and I'd finally get it fixed and then finally go to bed. And it might be 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning when I went to bed, but I got my computer fixed. And most people don't have the patience to sit there and do that. I know. Both of them are a little bit ways away from me. Washington State is a pretty good ways. Kansas might be a little closer. I don't know. I even doubt that. It's probably just as far as Washington is. Yeah, I thought you did, Connie. Connie sent 2 of the trivia games, and I had ordered one. I think I ordered one from Amazon. I think the one I ordered was 21st Century, and then Connie sent me the old school, new school one, and then that other one that I don't even remember which one I bought. I know I bought one. She sent 2. Come right down Highway 35. Well, I'm about an hour's drive from 35. You could probably cross over somewhere around Alvarado, come through Cleburne, and come on through to Glen Rose, and then come up 144 to come here. Fly the friendly skies to Maui. Oh, I wish I could, April. I would love to go to Maui. Usually on the underside of it, it's got information about your computer. Are you talking about what version of Windows it has? You could probably go into your maintenance menu or somewhere through your menu and figure out, there's got to be somewhere that tells you all the information on your computer. Maybe where your updates or something is. I don't remember. Really? I'm looking down my menu. Just looking to see where you could probably find it. You're 2,044 miles away from me. April's about 3,000. But usually you have a lot of information on either the back of your computer or underneath the bottom. And then there should be places where you can go through the menu, your start, hit your start button or Windows button. And there's got to be one of those that will tell you what version it is. Well, I guess you'd have to probably, the best place to look, I don't know if you got a laptop or a desktop or what you got, but on a desktop it would be probably somewhere on the back. On the laptop it's underneath the bottom. It's Granbury, Susan. Granb as in boy, Ury. There, I just put it in the chat. Granbury, Texas is where I'm at. Connie's 2,600 miles away from me. That's a fur piece, y'all. That's almost 300 miles further than it is from here to North Carolina. Because it's about 1,200 miles each way to North Carolina. That's 2,400 miles. LOL, I remembered just after I asked. And Wilson's in San Antonio, Texas. He's down closer to the coast than I am. If you don't mind, how old are you, Linda? Just curious. I hate to say because nobody believes me. I was born on May 7th, 1948. And there's Craig D. Hello, Craig. You guessed right. You got Windows 11. Well, good for you. You don't have to worry about yours for a while. You got quite a few years of running yours before you got to worry. Donna says, I'm jealous you look a lot younger than me. I just tell everybody I'm like wine, fine wine. I improve with age. People that knew that I had to be up there in years, that lived here for so long, knew that I had a daughter. And can you believe most of the time they thought it was my daughter they saw out in the yard doing all this work? And they thought I was the older lady in the house that couldn't do anything when I'm the one out there doing it all. My daughter doesn't even come here. Connie says, I'm 59, my body's 92. I don't know. I don't know if it runs in my genes or what. My grandmother always looked young for so long. And I do dye my hair. I've let it go gray several times, and I liked it for a while, and then I finally just started coloring it again. Oh yeah, my giggles keep me young. I have so many people that comment on my videos and they say, I just love your giggle. Well, like I said, I was so stressed out before I started YouTube for this second time. I didn't know if I was going to make it or not. You can tell it in that introductory video if you've ever watched it way back when I first started the gardening channel. I can look at it myself and oh my God, I said there's so much difference in the way I sound and act now than it was then because I was so stressed. It was making me sick. And after I started my gardening and everything else in my videos, I was getting my mind on my gardening. I got my mind on my videos. I forgot to worry about stuff. So the stress went away. So stress can really do a number on you. It really can. Stress can kill you. I know, Connie, sometimes I still feel like I'm 18 years old. In my mind, I look in the mirror and I say, well, who is that? That's not me. My mind doesn't know that I'm 76. It's like Kai said when he first started coming into our live chats. He said, you got a lot of cougars in your chat. I mean, he meant that in a good way, not a bad way. Yeah, you're as young as you feel, I guess. I don't know, DS and grandkids. Well, hello. Long time no see. Glad you showed up today. I don't know why. Don't have any idea why. Maybe he does it to keep it the typing the keyboard from changing the word to something he don't want it to change to. I know I've done that before. I've had to literally put a period after the word that I typed in. If I didn't, when I've spaced over to do the next word, the computer actually changed that word to something else that I didn't want it changed to. Yeah, Dennis, how's things going with you and your grandkids? Yeah, stress is desserts backwards. Get out there and do something you like. Get your mind off your problems and stress will go away. And then you'll have dessert. I know some of the men I've seen out there that claim they're younger than I am, they look 20, 30 years older than me. And men my age, they look like they're 90 years old already. 1 foot in the grave. They'll be back soon enough. Yeah, it's time to go back to school. Some places are already back in school. I think they've already started here. I know I've seen the school bus running several times, so they probably have already started back to school here. Yeah, it's very hard on your body when it fails you. Get a young one. I don't want one too young. I don't want to raise any more kids, but I want one at least that has, I don't know, that's equal to me. I don't even know how to say it. I mean, I've got back and neck injuries, but it don't stop me. I mean, it stops me from doing some things, but whatever I can do, I do. You know, it doesn't stop me completely, so. I don't know what I'd do if I ended up with a man that just come in the house and sat down and said he couldn't do nothing. He was too old to do anything. I couldn't handle that. I'd drag his butt out in the yard in 105-degree weather and tell him to dig a hole. And there's Judy. Hi, Judy. Welcome to our live chat. April says her boyfriend is older, but he's crazy and wild, but he's good on the tour. Yeah, I don't need any added stress or baggage. I've been myself since 2009 and love it. Well, good for you, Dennis. You'd know right off if too old, yeah. He could be 60 years old and be too old for me. Because some of them, even at 60, they act like an old man. They act like they're feeble. They can't do anything. And they'll tell you, well, I'm 60 years old. I can't do that. Like, bull crap. You're not for me. Yeah, Connie's proved them all wrong. She may end up bedridden before she passes, but she hasn't been bedridden so far. And that was just through determination and will and everything else. Okay, Sheila, you have a great night. Have a good dinner. And have a good week. Have a blessed day tomorrow. We'll see you on the next one. Other than my grandkids, I love me the most. They love me the most. Yeah, I hope everybody sleeps well tonight. Connie, not Connie, but Gladys, have you ever tried crocheting or painting by numbers or anything like that to give you something to do since you're bedridden? I know you spend a lot of time on YouTube, but it might be nice if you had some other kind of little hobby to keep you busy. No, we don't do trivia on Sundays. We do that on Thursday night. Thursday evening is our trivia night. Sunday afternoon is just a Sunday chat, get together. And I did show the gifts that I got earlier from subscribers. I got a raised garden bed greenhouse, which I've got to put together, but I'll do a video when I do that. And I got a black drain board with the drainer that sits in it. And I don't know where in the world Rebecca found black, but I know she bought it to match the stove and the theme I got going on in here, because I bought that stove because it was like a Western style stove. And this is a Western style house. And here you can't find black. All I could find when I bought the brown one was brown or white. So I had brown for many years, and I finally got rid of the drainer because it was all cruddy, and you could scrub it and it still didn't look clean. I've been crocheting for 50 years, Joanne says. Gladys. She says she jumps over the moon once in a while. I've never tried diamond dots. I don't know. Sorry, I haven't kept up. I've been spending time with grandkids. We fried fish today and stayed in the pool the rest of the day. 98 degrees here in hometown in Florida. Well, it hit 106 here today. It's 103 right now. It's dropped down to 103 here at 6 o'clock in the evening. I don't know. I'll have to look up what a diamond dot is. I don't know what a diamond dot is. I finally got so I could do real good making granny squares. That's the reason I made my bedspread and everything. I haven't ventured. Well, I did try to venture out and learn how to crochet a shawl, a lady's shawl. But I haven't got the stitches quite right yet, and I don't really have the time to spend on it. I thought I would, if I could get it crocheted, I'd give it to my 90-year-old aunt. She just had her 90th birthday this summer, and I was not able to go to her little cookout they gave her. The rest of the family gave her a cookout. They took everything to her house and had it in her yard, but I wasn't able to go home because that's in North Carolina. And I thought it'd be nice if I could learn how to do that, is to crochet her a scarf and send it to her. Oh, okay, Susan. And I know my granddaughter would probably like one if I could ever learn how to do it. I don't know. I'll try again on a slow day that I don't have tons of other stuff to do. Yeah, I don't allow people to smoke in my house because I'm allergic to it. I live in a smoke-free house. I like my air to smell fresh and clean. Yeah, when you're busy crocheting, you lose track of time real fast. Just like me working on the computer. I can sit here and work on this computer all day and not realize it. When I was in college, my son would come home, or he would leave the house. I'd be doing assignments on my computer from college, computer stuff. He'd come home, I'm still on the computer. I'm still on the computer at 11 at 12 at night, trying to get it all done, because I had class the next morning. He says, Mom, are you ever going to get off that computer? Are you going to live your life on your computer? I said, I guess so. But that's one thing the doctor suggested that I do after I had my back and neck surgery. He said, you need to take computer classes. And I did. I started taking computer classes here in Granbury. They offered like the introductory class to computers and then one after that. And then anything else you had to either go to Stephenville or Weatherford. So I enrolled in the junior college over in Weatherford, and I went there for 5 years. And I should have transferred after 2 years to Stephenville and got my bachelor's degree, but I didn't do it. And after going that long, the state who was funding me to go said, we can't pay you anymore. You've been there long enough. You need to get a job. So I got a job. I guess they figured I could spend the rest of my life taking classes as long as they funded me. They told me, you need to get a job. House of Joni. This shirt is one of the blouses that was sent to me by one of the subscribers. Yeah, one of my subscribers sent this blouse to me. And April had sent me a t-shirt with Maui and Hawaii on it and had a dolphin, picture of a dolphin. I almost wore that today. Okay, Ann, you have a great day, great night, great week, great day tomorrow. And we'll see you on the next one. We wish you the best. We'll be praying for you. I want some of that chocolate milk. I drank some of that with my ravioli before I started this live. Maybe that's why I'm so happy and spunky. I drank a pint of chocolate milk. Yeah, I can't handle cigarette smoke, so I'm allergic to it. Gives me bronchitis to smell that stuff. Does a number on my lungs. Dia said he was eating. He's probably eating some of that fish he fried. April says, I drink the water, I steam my vegetables, and it's not as good as chocolate milk. No, it's not. No, I've got popsicles. I've ate all my ice cream sandwiches, but I've got some popsicles. And I hear little buddy at the door. He said it's his dinner time. Dennis said he lost his appetite. I know they got food out there. Let me look. Come on. He's scratching on the door. He wants his treats. He wants his treats. He wants his catnip treats. There you go. They've almost cleaned their bowls out outside. I'll have to give them a few more granules out there in their bowls in a minute. And there's Tina Lee. You must be one of my new subscribers. I don't remember seeing you in chat before, but welcome. Glad to have you. And thank you for that compliment. Yeah, Buddy's always hungry for treats. And we got Tootsie 5, Toodle 5. I just froze 5 dozen ears of corn and cut off the cob picked this morning. Oh, I bet that is good if it was just picked this morning. Dennis says he loves cats. Could I mail him one? I wish I could mail you one. I'd send Lucky to you. Lucky's a sweet little cat. But they can eat quite a bit of food. About to get another wind, rain, light show family night. Yeah, we need rain desperately here, but like I said, we don't even have a chance of rain till the end of the month. The last 2 or 3 days is when we've got our chance of rain. How did I get my mobile home? Well, we rented a house in Indian Harbor, the subdivision next door, when we first moved to Texas for about 6 or 7 months. And we knew the people that lived here. They moved out, went back to North Carolina because they didn't like Texas. We moved in this place when they left. because it was a little bit better than what we lived in. And we lived here for a while, but we were divorced, I don't know, about 5, 6 years or so after we moved out here. And when my husband left and we got divorced, I stayed here because at the time there was no places to rent around here. If you didn't own land and could build a house, there was nowhere to live because there just wasn't rent property. And of course, I knew the owners of the house. The owner of it sold it to his nephew. So I paid rent to his nephew for a long time. And he had told me, when he told me, that his uncle had sold him the property. And he promised that he would give me the first option to buy if he ever had to sell it. So I said, okay. Well, he called me one night, and this was years after I was divorced. And he told me that he had to file bankruptcy with his business, and he needed to sell the property fast. And he said, I promised you I wouldn't sell it out from under you, that I'd give you first option to buy. So he says, I'm calling you to see if you want to buy it. And I said, yes, I do. But I said, I do have to go to the bank and see if they're going to give me a loan. I said, I don't think there'll be a problem, but I do have to go to the bank and do that. So I went to the bank the next day. They sent a lady out to appraise the property that very next day. And I called him that night and I said, I'm buying it. They approved the loan. I said, so all we have left to do is the paperwork to be signed. So that's how I bought the property. And my ex was not living here. He was living way somewhere else. We were already divorced by then. It was just me and my 2 kids. So I raised my 2 kids right here in this house. I've lived here since 1978, the last part of 1978. Cream corn. Oh, I love cream. Especially if it's fresh grown homemade cream corn. Oh my goodness. That is so good. I know I have one cat. I spend more money on him than I do myself, but I love him. Well, these are cats that just took up here. Little buddy started following me around the garden. He spent all day with me. Every minute I was in the yard, he was right there with me. And he was such a sweet cat. I started feeding him treats and one thing or another. And he's been here ever since. And Lucky's the same way. Somebody put him out. I mean, I don't think he was still a kitten. He's not full grown yet, I don't think. But somebody put him out because he just showed up one day and he's been here ever since. He's just like little buddy. He'll follow me around the garden. Both of them will now. If I'm out under the shade cloth working on the plants, they're right there at my feet. When I was out there filming the video with the birds, they were right there with me. You know, part of the video I showed you little buddy up behind my back on the top step. And Lucky was laying out on the patio floor. Yeah, if I'm outside, they're right there with me wherever I'm at. You guys scrape the cob to get the juices out of it. Oh, yeah. You got to do that when you're making cream corn. I know I've still got a couple of half ears in the refrigerator that I cooked the other day where I bought it at Walmart, you know, the fresh grown corn. I'll probably eat some of that for dinner tonight. I don't know what I'll fix to go with it, but corn sounds good right now. You're all talking me into eating some of my corn. My aunt showed me, she called it corn milk. I used to watch my mom cut corn off the cob. And she'd cut it off, and then she'd run the knife sideways and kind of scrape it to get all the rest of it off. Because she made cream corn with part of it. And all the scrapings and stuff is what she put in the cream corn with the other corn. And then she'd freeze it fresh on the cob, too. We'd always have a big garden, and she had a big deep freeze, and she always filled that freezer up with vegetables out of the garden. So we ate fresh, frozen vegetables all winter. That would be nice, Wilson, but you know, that would be a big expense. I don't think I could afford a big greenhouse to grow them in year round, because it would have to be heated in the winter. It would have to be cooled in the summer. And I don't have that kind of money. I do good to do what I'm doing. Yeah, I know. I've got to the place where I prefer to cut mine off the cob to eat it. Every time you visited your grandparents, you had to shuck corn and shell peas. I remember doing all that. I used to help my grandma do it, and I used to help my mom shell peas and shuck corn and snap beans and peel potatoes and all kinds of scrape potatoes. We usually scrape the new potatoes because you take less peeling off of them that way. Use windmills and solar panels. I wish I had solar panels. I wouldn't have outrageous electric bills every month. I can't imagine what it's going to be this month. It's going to be at least $300 or more. The way that AC's been running, oh. Every time you finished, they gave you another bucket. I remember going with my grandmother when I was up at her house. We'd go out in the back to their corn crib where they kept all their dried corn. It was still on the cob, you know, in the shuck and everything, but it was thrown in the corn crib. And we'd go out there and get a couple of ears of corn, pull the shuck off, and do like this around it and break the corn off and throw it to the chickens. She did that every evening late. You know, she'd go out there and get corn to give the chickens. She didn't give them much because they did a lot of eating the bugs and worms and stuff they found around the property there, because they were not in cages. They ran free, but they didn't leave. They stayed right there. They knew where their food came from. She had 2 pigeons that she'd let just fly wild. Sometimes you'd open the porch door and they'd fly in the porch. One of them was named Oodley, the blue pigeon. He'd get on my head and he'd sit there and peck at my head. And if I had a barrette or a bobby pin or anything like that in my head, or a bow, he'd try to pick it out of my head. She'd bring them in, put them in a little wash basin, and bathe them. They loved to be bathed. She'd soap them down, rinse them off, and they stood right there in that wash basin and let her do it. And then sometimes she'd open the door, they'd fly out in the yard. But they'd always come back. They never left. Yeah, we need to keep Connie in our prayers. Connie, Ann Watson, Gladys, all of our subscribers, we need to say prayers for every night, every day, because so many of them have severe health issues. You know, I feel fortunate that I'm as well off physically as I am. I mean, I do have problems with my back and neck injuries after surgeries and stuff, and I do have arthritis, but it doesn't bother me the way it does some people. I get aches and pains sometimes, and so I can't really make a good fist without it hurting because my knuckles are getting stiff. But, you know, it's not that bad. No, I never personally hauled hay. But I know my grandparents did. They had cows. They had hogs that they butchered every year for to make ham and make their own sausage and bacon. They had horses. Yeah, they got their milk and butter from their dairy cows. April says I hauled hay and lots of it. I remember the green beans with my grandmother. Yeah, I've done those with my mom and my grandma. Or what I call shucking field peas. You know how you split them open and get the peas out? Yeah, my grandparents have been gone many years now. My parents, both parents are gone now. Been gone quite a while. That's not as bad as cutting sugar cane. Well, I've never had to cut sugar cane, but I've eaten sugar cane before. And I always liked it as a kid, but it's a lot of work to get what little bit you get out of it. Yeah, I've fixed sun tea before, but I get impatient. I don't want to wait and give it time to make. So I just boil the water and make my tea quick. You go purple sugar cane where you're at in Maui. Sugar cane will cut you, yeah. Little buddy is laying here on the floor right beside my chair, belly flat on the floor with his his rear legs stretched out flat and his front legs stretched out flat. You know how he cools his belly? That's the way he's laying. I don't know if I can show you or not. See him down there? Wait, let me see. Let me unplug this phone. This camera. I'm trying to get him. I can't see him. Oh, he's gotten up. He knows I was trying to show him. But you know how he lays flat on his belly he had his legs stretched out as far as he could get them behind him. And then his front legs were stretched out like this as far as he could get them. Flat on the floor. Where did he go? He's under the chair now. You could have laid there and stayed and let me show you to people. Yeah, I had a Nana that was in New York too. That's what we called her, Nana. That was my mom's mother. And she passed away years ago. But my Nana was not mean. She was a sweet lady. She was nice to you? We lived in New York for a short time when I was little. And I got to see my Nana all the time. But then we moved back to North Carolina where my dad was from. And I only got to see her but once a year for maybe a week or two. And, that was bad. It's bad when you only see family for 1 or 2 weeks out of the year. And that's the way it is with my brothers now. I don't get to see them. They're in North Carolina and I'm in Texas. And my older brother's in Arizona. And he said it was just as far from my house to his house in Arizona as it is from my house to my hometown in North Carolina, 2,400 miles. So that's a far piece to drive. He knew I was trying to show him. He got up. He hasn't laid back down yet. And you probably couldn't even see him. I don't know. I think my hair's finally dry. Donna says she's got a son and 7 grandchildren. No, she's got a son and grandchildren 7 miles from her. And you don't get to see them. That's bad. Well, my brother that had moved to Tennessee, his wife passed away last year. So he's in the process of selling his place there. And he's going to move to South Carolina where his daughter lives. So he'll be close to her. I asked him, I said, well, how close do you think you'll be to her? And he said, well, I don't know yet. I haven't found a place to buy yet. So he doesn't know if he'll find a house already built that he can buy and just move into, or if he'll end up having to buy property and maybe put a house on it of some kind. No, she's not come back to see me anymore. She better not. Really, Rebecca, cream of tartar. I never would have thought of that. Hmm. Why don't you just leave? Because I complained about not seeing them. Why would he tell you why not just leave? I mean, that doesn't make sense. Why would your own son not want you to see your grandkids? I could use ice cream right now. Because of his wife. That's such a bad situation when you got family like that. I mean, why would she not want you to see your grandkids? Does she think you'd be intruding in her life? Yeah, I want a double dip of chocolate, Wilson. With a cherry on top, please. Yeah, I gotta have a cherry. I haven't seen Kevin. Have y'all seen Kevin come in chat today? You know, he was having family problems too with the will and everything. I was wondering how he was doing. But I don't think I've seen him in chat today. I know I heard on the news a couple of years ago where this grandmother filed a lawsuit against her son and daughter-in-law because they would never let her see her grandkids. And she went to court to make them set it up to where she was able to see her grandkids. I don't blame her. We got Craig D in the house. Becky, Social Security leak. Oh, Lord, that's not good. Yeah, what's this about the Social Security leak? I haven't heard about it. I don't watch the news, y'all. Ben and Jerry's and get ice cream. Sounds good to me, Wilson. Yep, your grandkids have a right to see their grandparents, too. Donna has 5 children, 8 grandchildren, 4 great-grandchildren, and see none of them. That is sad. I know I only had 1 grandchild, and I got to see her at least once a month until she was about 12, and my son and daughter-in-law divorced. And then it got to the place where I hardly ever saw her anymore. She grew up, she out of school and everything, and I missed all those years. See my name that much in it. Maybe there's not that many people named Craig. Oh wow, 2.7 billion Social Security numbers have been leaked. I hope mine wasn't one of them. Where did they leak to? I mean, who ended up getting all that information? Or do they even know? I know it's tough not seeing any of your family, which I don't ever get to see my family anymore unless there's a funeral. and I'm able to make it back home for the funeral, then I get to see a lot of my friends and family that I grew up with. The ones that are still alive, that is. A lot of them are dead and gone now. Yeah, I'm liable to have some Mexican out there using my Social Security number. My son tries to arrange it now since my granddaughter's, 21 or 20, that maybe sometimes when I get over there to see him that she's able to go. But she works all the time like everybody else, and she works holidays and weekends, so she doesn't get the time off when I can go over there anymore a lot of times. So that just means I don't get to see her. But, it seems like I stopped seeing her at age 12. And then I only got to see her like once every couple of years or so in between there. And then all of a sudden she's 20 years old. And I've only seen her maybe 5 or 6 times in between 12 and 20. And so I missed a lot of her growing up, I feel like. It wasn't like it was when I could get over there every week, every month and see her. They got us by the short hairs. That's exactly right, Connie. They pretty much buried me when my dad died 10 years ago. Dennis says, I have 5 grandkids and my daughters, and the rest of the family can pound sand. Some people are freezing credit cards so the thieves can't breach it. Oh, that's bad. I know. There's no respect out there with anybody anymore, Dennis. These thieves will get in your account and drain it dry. They don't care if you eat tomorrow, as long as they get the money. There was a scam going around where these people would send you messages where they want to give you X amount of money that you won or something, but they have to get into your bank account to deposit it for you. Oh, it was some kind of rigmarole. And some of us checked on all that, and it was people using doctors' names that was running this scam. Little buddy, you want to go out? Hold on. He said, I've had my treats. I'm ready to go out now. So they were using these doctors' names, and when you did a search back to where the charge originated from, it was from these doctors' offices. And I don't know, if the doctors were actually doing it, if it was just scam artists using their information to do the scam, and the money was actually going into their own account. I have no idea. But one of the people that was doing the search on all of it said, well, they must have really needed the money. I thought to myself, well, I think I need my money just as bad as they need money. If they were trying to get my account, I don't care if they need the money or not. They don't need to mess with my bank account. I work too hard to get my money in there. I don't want nobody taking it out but me. Yeah, I use a debit card, and that's usually how I pay for everything. I do have a credit card, but it's just for an emergencies, and it's got a limit on it. And I purposely let it stay there. That way they, if somebody did get information and tried to charge on it or draw money on the credit card, they could only get a couple of $1,000 and that's it. But I wouldn't have to pay for it anyway because, it would go back to the credit card company. Because the credit card companies are covered for that. You don't have to pay fraudulent charges on your credit cards. Oh, I had them call me telling me I won something. I don't remember how it was, but I won this huge gift or a large amount of money, but I needed to pay a processing fee. And what they needed me to do was go to Walmart or some store like that and buy like a gift card or one of these cards for these game websites or something. I forgot what it was called. And put X amount of dollars on it for them, and then, through the system it would be sent to them. And I said, I laughed at them. I said, I guess you think I was born yesterday. I said, I ain't buying you nothing, and I'm not sending you nothing. And I finally just ended up hanging up on them. But I got 2 or 3 different calls at different times trying to run that scam on me, wanting me to buy them gift cards and send it to them, or a certain type of a card, and a phone card and send it to them. I said, I don't think so. Yeah, iTunes cards or Apple cards, and one was actually a phone card. They claimed they needed time on their phone or they couldn't talk to me. Oh, that was that Army guy that was trying to contact me. He didn't ask me for money, but he said, I need you to send me a phone card, put time on my phone card and send it to me so we can keep talking. And I said, no. I said, you got a cell phone, you probably got an unlimited plan, or you wouldn't even be talking to me on it right now because you're in another country. And I said, therefore, you don't need a phone card. And I said, I'm definitely not sending you one. I mean, there's all kind of scam artists out there. You just have to say no. Use your good brain. The way I feel about it, if they tell me I won money, okay, give it to me. I shouldn't have to pay you money to get it. If I won a car, okay, where's my car? I shouldn't have to send you phone cards or whatever to get my car. Get the cards, max them out, and don't pay. Yep. Well, the phone card that he was talking about was a little different. He told you how much money he wanted you to put on it, so he'd have phone time to be able to call me and all this crap. I said, well, you haven't had any problem calling me up till now. So, no. I told him no. Adios, goodbye. I blocked him from my phone, blocked him from Facebook, blocked him from everywhere. Gmail. Just like the one that kept calling me, contacted me through Facebook, claiming to be a Army sergeant over in Afghanistan. He wanted to get out early. It was going to cost him $20,000 to get out early. Well, he'd already told me he was making it a career. He'd been in X amount of years. You only have to stay in the service for, 2 years or something, before you can get out anytime you want. It's not going to cost you $20,000 to get out of the service. And if you'd been in as long as he had, you definitely didn't need to pay him nothing. So I told him no. I wasn't sending him nothing. Well, send it to this lady in Florida and she'll send it to me. I said, I don't think so. First of all, I don't have $20,000 to send you. And if I did, it wouldn't go to you. Yeah, but he said he'd already been in like 20, 25 years. And in other words, he had already been in long enough because it was his career. He had already been in long enough that he was supposed to be a general. And he wanted to get out early. And he needed $20,000 to pay to get out of the Army early. I said, man, you think I'm crazy. You've been in that long, you don't need $20,000 to get out of the service. All you need to do is apply for a discharge. Especially if he was a general. No, nothing is free. But I do know you don't pay to get out of the service. Not if you've been in there as long as he had been in there. He claimed to be in there. And it was funny because he had pictures on Facebook. It was of an Army guy, Army soldier. But when I blew the picture up, he had his uniform on and it had his name tag above his pocket there. It was not even the name he was using on Facebook that he was claiming who he was. I said, man, you're crazy. This picture you got that you say is you and your name is this, but it doesn't match the name on the uniform. He did not do his homework. But if you've been in the Army as long as he said he had been, like 25 some odd years, he didn't need to pay $20,000 to get out. He wanted $20,000 to do something with, spend, have a good time on, but he wasn't getting it from me. And then I looked up a lot of Army websites where they said they were warning people, do not send soldiers money. When they contact you through Facebook or anywhere, do not send them money. They don't need food. They don't need money. They don't need clothes. They don't need phones. They're given all that stuff in the Army. DS says who? Joe who? They only need Joe who? Still raining in Maui, April says. Oh my gosh. I wish you could send some of it this way. Because she's a member. When you're a paying member, you join my channel. It's a little different than subscribing. You're a paying member. You pay a couple of dollars each month to be a member. Your name shows up in green. I think I've got about 11 members, I think. All of them don't come into chat, but I do have several members already. The ones that show up in blue are moderators. I know there's so many phishing scams out there, it's ridiculous. Everybody's out there trying to take your money. And they'll take it right out of your account if they can get their hands on the information. Well, that's okay. You're a subscriber. You don't have to pay. You don't have to join and be a member. You can stay just a subscriber. Watch all my videos. Come into chat anytime you want to. I have no problem with that. But some people, want to join, so they join, and that's the way they're supporting the channel. Yeah, just like I've told all my subscribers, you don't have to send money. You don't have to send gifts. You don't have to send anything to me. I'm not asking for any of that. I mean, if you do, I appreciate it, but I don't ask it. I just want people in my live chats. I want people watching my videos, and it's free. Because I can make money off of the ads shown in my videos if you just watch them. They're free to you, just watch them. That's all I ask. Subscribe and watch my videos. Get other people to watch my videos. That's all I ask of people. Craig D said you're under a severe thunderstorm watch here in northeast Georgia, but so far nothing. I don't even know why they issued it because there's not been anything in the area. Yeah, but there might be. You never know when all of a sudden it pops up. Because like here in Texas with this heat, 105, 106 degrees temperatures for several days, we might get a thunderstorm pop up. But it usually is not a rainstorm, it's a hailstorm. Because when that hot air hits the cold air up there, it turns to ice and we have hail falling. And we end up with a hailstorm. Yep, in the summer, in the 110 degree temperatures, that's what causes it. Lemon drops and gumdrops. Or we'll end up with a lightning storm where it doesn't rain or anything. You just have flashes of lightning and thunder everywhere. And the heat will cause that. The extreme heat here, it does cause electrical storms like that. Well, we've been on here for almost 4 hours. I think I'm taking y'all's time. I know you probably got other things to do on your Sunday afternoon rather than be in my chat. Yesterday we had some stormy weather and finally got rain, which was nice, but this heat just dries it up. I know. When it rains here, it don't last because it gets so hot the next day. It just dries it up so fast it was like it never rained. We have cyclone storms here headed our way. That's not good, April. Yeah, Connie sent me a thunder, lightning, raining video. Made me feel like it was raining out here until I looked out the door and it wasn't. It was dry and hot. Yeah, but guys, I'm going to let y'all go. I know you got other things to do. It's been 4 hours on here, like in 6 minutes. So, bless each and every one of you for coming into my live chat. I've had fun. I always do. I appreciate you. I love all of you. And I'll see you on the next one. You have a blessed night, have a blessed week, and have a fantastic day tomorrow. And I'll see you later. Bye now.